Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla. I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. Today I'll be going through every single Oracle deck that I purchased in 2021. Now, if you hadn't seen already, I did post my tarot decks from 2021, so you can definitely check those out. So let's jump right into things because I do have quite a number of Oracle decks. I actually bought more Oracle this year, not this year, but in 2021 than tarot. So the first deck is the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid and Jenna Della Grottaglia or Grottaglia. Again, I'm never sure how to pronounce her name. This is a animal deck, and I just absolutely love the colors of it. The type of animals that are in here, like there's a white raven, for example. There's a groundhog. I found it really interesting. I love this specifically for daily pulls, as well as animal messages. It's pretty much what I use it for. Look at this otter card. So cute. You are never alone. So it does tell you what animal it is, and then it gives you a key phrase. I do like the phrases on the cards. Helps with intuition and whatnot. And then of course there's the guidebook, which sometimes I will look into deeper because the guidebook has upright and reverse meaning. And I don't typically use reversals, but I like looking at the reversal because it's a protection message. So sometimes I'll look at that just to see if there's something more that I can focus on. And I just really love this. It is matte. It's the older cardstock of Hay House. So this is a Hay House publication. And it is a little tougher to shuffle because they stick together often. So yeah, look at this, a bobcat. So interesting. Life is a mystery. So yeah, oh, Piggy with wings. Love it, so cute. This one has little baby rabbits. So yeah, I just really love the imagery on this canary. It's so beautiful, and there's some interesting animals in here. So I just really, really love it. Then we have the Oracle of Mystical Moments by Katrine Wells Stein. This is a US Games publication. So this one, imagery is just as weird as the Tarot of Mystical Moments. This is very odd. But the phrases on the cards are a little hard to use with intuition, in my personal opinion. So I tend to use the guidebook with this deck. I'll pull a card and then look at what the guidebook has to tell me, or I'll just look at the keywords. Usually I'll look at the keywords first because it starts off with the keywords and then goes into the interpretation. And then I'll use the keywords to see if my intuition has anything that it wants to say instead of reading the interpretation, and then using the imagery with the keywords afterwards. Now, these are matte compared to the tarot. I do love them. Honestly, I love the length, the size. It is taller, I believe, than standard tarot. And I do love the imagery. I bought it at the same time as the tarot, but the tarot was a pre-order, so I got this earlier than the tarot. It's very nice. I do love it very much. Very interesting. I do love working with them together, even though one's matte and one's gloss. It doesn't really bother me too much, though I do wish the Tarot Mystical Moments was matte as well, because this cardstock is really nice and it does glide really well. So yeah. Then I have the Mystic Mondays, the Crystal Grid deck, which is an 80 card Oracle deck of crystals. This is by Grace Duong. I have an unboxing of this on my channel, and it has this unique shape. I actually don't mind it. It's not that bad to shuffle. I usually shuffle like this by holding the edges, so it's not that bad. Now, there is no guidebook with this deck, so you have the crystal on one side and then the information on the other. It has the keywords, the little blurb, and then the astrology at the bottom. So yes, I do have an unboxing of this along with a flip through of the tarot. I love this. This is like the only crystal deck I own, other than the Crystal Spirit, but I don't know. I don't really consider that like a crystal deck just for like crystal purposes. I think of it more as just a regular Oracle deck. But I do like this because it has like the different crystals and whatnot. I love using this during pick a card readings. I have used this on my Instagram, which is a life full of simplicity also there if you wanted to give me a follow. But yes, I have used this in pick a card readings. I love it. The information, while small, it has good information in my opinion. There are some weird ones. So if you look at my unboxing, the names are so weird. I kept commenting on how weird the name was on some of them. But it has that Mystic Monday vibes, which I actually really like. This is like my favorite. This is Blue Lace Agate. Peace, gentle, new beginnings. And I find this a good alternative to working with crystals because I don't own any crystals other than like my, what is this, satin spar, selenite, whatever the hell it's called. And then I have some big chunks of amethyst, but I don't have any tumbled stones or anything like that, like smaller stones to work with. So I like using this instead. You can just pick, you can literally go through the entire deck, pick the one you want to work with, and just put it like on your altar space or like near your bed, for example, or whatever. So I do really love that for that purpose. And then of course pick a card readings because you need crystals in that, and I don't got any, so I use this as my crystal. And then it's really annoying to like, there we go. But yes, I do love it. I love the fun shape. Also, I find it really fun. Again, it doesn't come with a guidebook, but it does come with like this huge poster thing that lists all the crystals, and then it has like spreads on another side. So you can also use this for spreads and stuff like that. So it's really fun, I find. So next we have the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck. Now, this is a deluxe box set. There is an unboxing of this on my channel. It comes with a nice hardcover book and everything. So I do love this. It's a great deck to learn astrology. It's very interesting as well. Very pastel, but not like crazy light pastel. Like it's muted, but it's nice. The imagery is amazing. I love the keywords and everything on the cards. So yes, I bought this to learn astrology on it, and I've used it also just for like daily polls or like astrological events and things like that, but I haven't used it much more than that yet. I'm hoping this year I can use it a bit more, read the guidebook a bit more. It's very interesting because you can actually form sentences with all the words that are at the bottom to like go through your chart, which is pretty interesting. So I was planning to do that with my chart, but I haven't done that yet. So yes. Yeah, I do have I have two other astrology decks actually. The Arcana of Astrology, which I got before YouTube, so my unboxing is on Instagram. And then I have the Starcodes Astrology, which I do have an unboxing of that on my channel. So I do have a few different decks that I can use as options for like astrology learning and everything. So yeah, I don't know. I do like the way the guidebook is worded. It's a very nice. And I'm hoping that I can read more of it to like get more into this particular deck and the way the author structures the astrology in this deck, because it's different from the other two that I had. So I like to be able to like compare, see which one's better and whatnot. Maybe I'll do a video on that actually, comparing astrology decks and information. That would be good. Maybe I will do that. And yeah, I actually really like it. The imagery is cute. Makes wanting to learn astrology fun, in my opinion, because look how cute that is. Very nice. Very nice indeed. But we'll see what the future has in store for me and using this deck in the future. So next we have the Runes for Modern Life. This is by, I always forget who it's by because it's never on the box. Teresa Chung. And it is a Lawrence King publication. Oh, who published the Astrology deck? It's by Lily Ashwell, but who was the publisher on this thing? I didn't even say that in my previous thing. It doesn't even say. Hold on. So the Heavenly Bodies Astrology that I previously showed is by Lily Ashwell, and it's by Kiko Books. It's published by Kiko Books. I completely forgot to say that, so I'm mentioning it now. Now, this deck here, the Runes for Modern Life, I have already talked about in my deep dive video, so I'll leave that link down below if you want to go check it out. But pretty much, I bought this deck to learn runes. Since I'm a visual learner, I thought that this would make things easier for me to learn runes because my friend made me a set and sent me. So yeah, I have yet to start that. I'm definitely going to use that and see how it works out for me because I don't know. And this is the only mass market deck that I could find that had actual visuals and not just the rune on it, because a lot of rune decks that I've seen is just the rune. And I wanted something that depicts more of a image scene rather than just a rune on the card, because then I can just look at the rune itself and that's just a symbol, right? So I thought this would be easier for me. This is very thick cardstock, I have to say. Never in my life have I ever seen such a thick card. But yes, I do have an unboxing of this. You can definitely check it out if you want more information on that. So next I have the Sacred Creators Oracle by Chris M. This is a Hay House publication. Now I do have an unboxing of this on my channel, or a flip through I should say. And this is just like a bunch of affirmations. And these affirmations are supposed to help you on your creator journey. So they're supposed to help you succeed in your goals. And I absolutely love this. One, I love the cardstock. And I just love the messages that are on here, like very much. Like, what do you really want? And the guidebook is fantastic. So you can just use these, just look at these, put them on your altar, put them by your bed. Magic happens when you most expect it. And I just love that. And of course there's, keywords in the book and then more information. There's like journaling prompts and everything. And I just love that. If you're the type of person that loves journaling, which I love, you can definitely like check this out because it's fantastic. So yes, I will leave the unboxing or flip through or whatever it was down in my description box. And the video actually has like links and stuff, legitimate links of where you can find this deck. And I just love it. Like, cozy up with a risk. I love that so much. And I mostly use this deck as daily pull. A lot of the time I'll use it with her other decks. So when I'm working with her other decks, I will use this oracle alongside it. So if I work with like any of them, her Muse Tarot, her Curious Creatures, her Lightseers, I will work with this alongside it because I absolutely love the messages. Like just pulling one like this as like your focus and then pulling 2 tarot on the side. That's what I typically do. I do like the boho tarot method, the Dawn Michelle method, because I love that. And yeah, I just really enjoy the messages that I receive, especially when I'm thinking about my goals, in terms of the things that I'm creating. So I find it very helpful in that regard, but also just like as a random daily message, I find it great as well. Then I have the Prism Oracle. This is by Nicole Pivorato, and it is published by Chronicle Books. It is literally just a color deck. So we have like the different colors, the reds, the oranges, yellow, what is it, pink, green, blues, purple. We have like the gray-white situation and then like the black situation. And I love it. I haven't actually gotten to use it that much. Look at this. Look at this card. I have filmed an unboxing of this when I got it. I don't believe it's live though, so it's coming. But look at death. It's coming, but it's not up yet. Then we have space. I love this. Oh, you can see me. Isolation. So awesome. Yeah, I do love this very much. It's literally a color deck. So if you're into color magic, this is a great deck to have, in my opinion. It can also help you read color in other decks. The guidebook is great. It goes through each color that is here. And I don't know, I just really liked it. I just haven't worked with it that much because I bought it for like a specific reason, like when I wanted to work with colors, but I hadn't started yet. So yeah, I'm hoping to eventually do that. And it is great. It is glossy, but once you unstick them, because they were stuck when I got them originally, once you unstick them, they're great. Doesn't tell you what color is what. They're just separated in greens, reds, oranges, yellows, and all that stuff. But there is keywords on all the cards, which is great if you just want to work with your intuition rather than looking in the guidebook, which is totally cool. And the imagery is very minimalistic, which I love as well. Another reason why I picked it up is because it's very minimal. And I don't really mind minimal decks that much. And I think this is a great one if you're interested in specific color properties. Also, this would be great to pair with the Prism Tarot, in my opinion. Probably also Mystic Mondays. So if you're looking for like a specific deck for colors to pair with like some brighter, fun decks, I think this would be a great one as well. Next, we have the Shine from the Inside Oracle deck. This is by Brittany Carmichael and Jenna Kane. This is an independently published deck. So this is my only indie deck for this year, I believe. Yeah, I don't think I bought any other indie decks except for this one. I have a few tarot indie decks, but I didn't buy them in 2021. I bought them in 2020. So this is fun, very pastel, very self-care, love self-care. I think we know this already. And I just really love this deck very much. It just has a lot of depth to it, honestly. The guidebook is really great. It has some great edging, which is really fun. If you like pastel decks, I definitely recommend. This is like totally a healing type of deck, in my opinion. And I do really love it. It's great. Like, it's fantastic. I have an unboxing of this on my channel. It'll be linked down below. I love that. Keep your thoughts positive. And then there's like affirmations also with each particular card in the guidebook, which is really nice. You are perfectly beautiful. This is very nice, very positive. Sometimes you just need one of those, you know, live, light, love type of decks, in my opinion, to give you a nice hug at the end of a day or in the morning or whatever it is. This is like one of my favorite cards. Tune into Inner Peace. Oh, I love it. So, yes. And the box, though. Oh, so beautiful. Yeah, I absolutely love this. I will leave the unboxing to this in the description box below so you can check it out. I have all the links of where you can buy this deck in that unboxing. So if you are interested, you can definitely check that out. I have the animal messages. Seek inspiration from your animal guides. This is by Susie Green and is published by Kiko Books. Now, this is an animal deck. I find that there's not as many animals as I would want, to be honest with you. I do like this deck. Some people have complained about how specific the phrases are and whatnot. I tend to just like take what resonates with me in terms of the phrasing and then change it up to apply to like my situation or my specific question and things like that. I have used this for readings for others. And I don't know, the messages resonated with the people that I did the readings for. So I definitely think it's I love this sloth card. I do love the imagery. That's really the reason why I picked it up. It was also on sale and at a decently great price for Canada. I think I spent like $13 on this deck. So yes, yeah, I think it's interesting. You know, are there better animal decks out there? Sure, of course. Like my favorites are Spirit Animal by Colette and Reed, and then I love the Animalkin. The Animalkin is probably my top favorite when it comes to my animal decks. We have a whale, love this very much. We have a dolphin. I love this. They're all different colors because they all are separated, so they have like different suits in here. But there's more, I think, of the brown. Yeah, I think there's more of this brown color throughout the deck than there is of any others. Like, I wish there was more. I wish it was equal, is what I'm trying to say. Equal between the animals that they put in there. But it's not. So, yeah. You have more, I think, earth. What was it? Land animals, I think is what they call those. Land animals. You have way more of those than all the other types, which I believe is air, ground, which is like animals that live underground, and then water. I don't remember the other one. Yeah, I don't remember the other one. There's like different suits. I don't remember. The one that's green, I think it's this one. I don't remember what this is, but I love this chameleon card. I have to say, I love this chameleon card. So, yes. So I'm not saying don't get it. I'm just saying there's better animal choices on the market, in my opinion. But I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. On to my 10th deck that I purchased in 2021 was the Shaman's Dream Oracle. This is by Alberto Velodo and Colette Baron Reed. Illustrations, or the imagery, is by Jenna Della Grattaglia. Again, I'm sorry if I mispronounce the surname. It is a 64 card deck. It's published by Hay House. This is the deck when I discovered that Hay House had new cardstock. And I love it. So it is matte. It's great. It shuffles fantastic. So we have, you know, a phrase. We have keywords underneath. I do love it. It's a very dreamlike, very lovely. In my opinion, the imagery is fantastic. And I have used this quite a bit in 2021. I used it for giving readings to other people. I don't think I used it too much on myself, but mostly for others. Moon Maiden. It's very interesting. The guidebook is great, like usual. I have no issues with it. Fortune's Wheel. Of course, we have some weirder imagery like this, for example, which I don't mind, honestly. I have weirder decks. Guys. I really do. So I don't mind it much. This one's beautiful. The Jeweled Web. Love that. Oh, this one is hilarious. This is so funny. Like, why? It doesn't match any of like the vibes of everything else. I love this overflow. It's very nice. And I don't know, I just really love it. I gave great readings for other people. I used it for everything, honestly, any kind of topics. And it's fantastic. I love this new cardstock. I love it. Some people don't like it. I don't get it. It's all good. But I absolutely love it. I think that it shuffles fantastically. So next we have the Tea Leaf Fortune cards by Ray Hepburn and Shauna Alexander. This is a US Games publication. This is not even all the cards, just to let you know. There's like 200 cards in this deck, and I didn't want to take them all out. So I'm just going to show you a few. I do have an unboxing of this on my channel. So, yes. So there are the month cards and then the astral house cards. So we have the months, different months. And I do like this deck. I've actually started using it to give monthly readings or yearly readings, just having like a placement for like the month. I do love that very much. Some of them are really strange. Like, what's that one that I couldn't stop laughing at? Oh, January. It's so funny. He has such a long nose. It's so weird. I love it though. It's hilarious. And then we have the astral placements, which are like, I don't even know why these are called astral houses, but it's pretty much just like topics that you want a reading on. So you have like love, marriage, career, happiness, wealth, and success. So like, I guess these are like the top topics that people ask for readings on in terms of tea leaves. And then of course we have actual tea leaves cards. So these all have like what it is, and then it has like keywords or key phrases on it. And I find that really interesting. Very cool. They're all based on actual like tea leaf reading. These are like the symbologies that come up most in tea leaf readings, and I just found the concept really interesting. And it was on sale when I got it, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pick this up with a bowl. I do want to try some of the types of readings that there are in here. I think it would be interesting. I don't mind that they're round. They are small round cards, so they're like easier to shuffle, in my opinion. Ram. And then we have Forest. That's cool. Muddled and unclear thinking. Interesting. So, yes. Again, I do have an unboxing of this, and I'll leave it linked down below if you want to see like all the cards and whatnot, because I do go through all the cards and the guidebook and all that good stuff, like always when I do unboxings. It's just there's so many cards, I don't want to sit here forever and go through all of them again. I think that would be a little bit of an overkill. Then we have the Earthcraft Oracle. This is by Juliette Diaz and Lorianne Anderson, and the art is by Danielle Boudou Fortune. This is a Hay House publication. I love Juliette and Lorianne together. They're great. Obviously, they are the authors of the Seasons of the Witch. So when I saw that they were putting out a deck for Hay House, I was like, excuse you? Sign me up? Look at these backs. Oh my god, it's so nice. I absolutely love the artwork. I love the artwork of this deck. I actually was just using this for my dailies this month. So, and I'm still using it for my dailies. It's so nice. Honestly, not all the cards are positive, which is great. The information in the book is fantastic. Each card has like some kind of ritual or invocation or meditation or something associated with it that you can do, like some kind of activity. It's just great. I love it so much. And I was pairing it with the New Chapter Tarot, which the colors, fantastic, in my opinion. Fantastic. And it's just really earth related, and I just really love that. Like, look at this, plant seeds. Oh, beautiful. Spiritual journey, light. It's just a fantastic deck, and I just really, really love it. And I think that they did a great job. And honestly, I really want them to do stuff together again, because this is great. Like, wow. Danielle did a fantastic job on the artwork. I hope she puts out more decks in the future, to be honest with you. Next, we have the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Lynn. I absolutely love this deck, honestly. Oh my god. Fantastic. Fantastic. I used it so much in 2021. I use it for myself. I use it for others. I've been using it this month because I absolutely love it. Again, I have an unboxing of this on my channel. It'll be linked down below. The artwork is amazing. I have Denise Lynn other deck, which is the Sacred Destiny, and I love that as well. It's like very foresty related, so you have like different spirits and nymphs and grottos and oh my god, I don't even know. There's like such great stuff. And then there's great keywords in my opinion. Like I just absolutely love it. The artwork is so fantasy-like and really, really fun. You have like spirit guardians for each season, which is nice. Here's the summer. So you can do a whole like reading for the seasons if you wanted to, and then put like your spirit, seasonal spirit guides or spirit guardian. Was it spirit guardian? You can put this like if you wanted to do some kind of reading and then put it at like the points of like north, west, east, south, whatever. So yeah, I just really love this deck. Look at this. Oh, so beautiful. It's photo manipulation type deck. So you have like realism and then photography mixed in. Otter, so cute. I just really love this. And I think that Denise Lynn did a fantastic job. Pegasus, elves. This was the last card that I got. This card was stalking me. So, yeah, elves. Playfulness. But yes, I really, really love this deck. It's one of my favorites, top favorites. So next we have the Legendary Ladies Goddess deck, which is by Anne Shen. This is a Chronicle Books publication. I worked with this a bit in 2021. I absolutely love it. Very Disney feels in terms of imagery. I love it so much. I actually use this for quite a number of daily polls, just like for focus for the day. And I really love this. It's my only goddess deck. So if I do any kind of readings, goddess readings, it would be this deck that I turn to. Actually, who was it? Lionheart's actually put up a spread that I actually wanted to use this in. It was a goddess spread where you choose a goddess, or either you choose a specific goddess or you shuffle out a goddess or something of the sort, and then you pick 3 cards to answer the questions. And I was actually thinking about using this particular deck, but actually just just shuffling it and letting a card come out by itself instead of me picking a specific goddess. I actually like that a lot better. And then pairing it with my new chapter tarot, because I think it would go really well with that. And it's very diverse. There's a lot of different goddesses from a lot of different cultures, which is super fun. You get to know like other goddesses. Like for example, I'm not going to try to pronounce that because it's going to be wrong. I know it. I know myself. But I don't know who this is. So it's fun to like, in the book, it tells you what culture it's from. So then you can look her up and then read more about her if you want to, which is fantastic. Guy, I know who that is, but it's great. Like some of these goddesses I don't know. And it just gets you to research more about them, in my opinion, which is absolutely fantastic. Because then you learn more about, other cultures, other deities, which is always great because learning is great, in my opinion. Then we have the Green Witch Oracle, which is by Sherilyn Darcy. This is a Rockpool publication. Absolutely love this. I use this with my Green Witch Tarot. The pairing is fantastic. I love how it's very simple, very simplistic. So you have the vegetable or fruit or flower or herb, because those are the suits. It tells you what suit it's from, which is the elemental sign. And then it gives you the keyword for it. Tells you, the vegetable, the fruit, the herb, or the flower, and then the scientific name, which is great. And then the guidebook is fantastic. It has really great information in it in terms of like if you want to grow these things, like cultivating these things. It gives you good information on that. It gives you good correspondences in terms of planets and astrology, as well as like magical correspondences, which is great. An oracle message, which is awesome. I do really love this. Honestly, it's great. And I find the pairing with the Green Witch really nice, especially when I use this as a focus and then I pull 2 cards from my Green Witch Tarot. I just really love the pairing because it's not overwhelming as a focus, since you're just focusing specifically on some type of plant, herb, fruit, vegetable type thing, which is great in my opinion. I have agreement. And I just love this. It's so pretty. We have carrots here for clarity. Grounding for potato. And then we have luck, happiness. I love it. It's great. It is glossy, which is typical for rock pool, so I'm not mad at it. But it glides nice. It shuffles amazing because it's not that type of gloss. It's not the type of gloss where it's going to stick constantly together, which I hate. I absolutely hate that type of gloss. Rock pool does not use that type of gloss, thankfully. See, as you can see, it shuffles, like it moves nice. And if it was that type of high gloss that sticks together, it wouldn't be moving right now. So I really do love these cards. So the next deck that I'm going to talk about that I bought in 2021 is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. So this is by Stacy DeMarco. This is a rock pool publication. So I bought this because it focuses on specifically the entirety of the moon cycle, which really interests me because I do like working with the moon. I do like my Moonology, but it doesn't focus on every single moon in the cycle. Like, it has cards in the original one for each moon, but this one goes through every single, like, wax and gibbous 1, wax and gibbous 2, and all that stuff. So I thought this was really interesting. It also covers the moons of the month. And I do have an unboxing of this on my channel. This is probably one of my favorite monthly moon cards. I just love all the animals, and she's very pretty. Very nice. And it does have also like a few other cards, for example, like Queen of the Moon and like Lunar God and stuff like that. But the entirety is focused on the moon cycle and then like the monthly moons. And I really love the imagery in this. The readings I get are fantastic. I love working with the keyword that's there. And then the information in the guidebook is great as well. So, and here's the long night moon. So yeah, I just really love this. I've been having a good time. I'm actually very interested in picking up. She has 2 other decks that are similar art style in this particular series. What are they? The Elemental Oracle, and then there's like the Divine Animal. I really want to pick up the Element one because I love working with the elements. So that one really interests me. And it has the same feel as this, so I think working with them side by side would be really interesting. They are glossy, as you can probably tell. These are the backs. I don't mind that they're glossy. They're not the type of gloss that like sticks and whatnot. They do shuffle pretty decently in my opinion. And they're standard like Oracle size. So this one probably was used a lot in 2021 because I definitely, well, the second half, because I bought this in the summer. So yeah, the second half of 2021 because I bought this during the summertime. But it was used a lot during that time. Then I picked up around September, I believe, the Wisdom of the Oracle Divination cards. This is a Colette Baron Reed deck. Artist is Jenna Delagra Taglia. This is a Hay House publication. I've had this on my list for a while. It's an older deck that she has. And I do like the art style of this. It was on my wish list for a while to get. And definitely one that interests me. Love this card. Time for a nap. Look how cute. And I picked it up while I was away for the weekend. Got it from Chapters Indigo. And I love this deck. Honestly, it's definitely a go-to of mine. I use it all the time. I have an unboxing. I'm pretty sure it's up now of it. And oh my god. So good. The messages in the guidebook are fantastic. I enjoy using the keyword, the imagery as well. And then sometimes I'll look in the guidebook to see if there's like more information that it'll give me. I use this a lot as a daily message, like a daily pull, because it is just fantastic. I love this so much. And the guidebook is also great because it has like not only the original message and reversal, it also has messages for relationships as well as like career, financial type relationships, messages as well. And relationships can be anything. It's in regards to everything, not only romantic. But I do love this very much. Observer. And this does give great readings in terms of people as well. I have used this to give readings to people. So yeah, I do love this. It's a great reader and has been one that I've used often, to be honest. Like very often I'll use this as a go-to for like daily messages, just like a one card pull type of thing, or readings as well. So while I was away, I also picked up this deck as well. This is the Dream Reading Cards by Rose and Sarah. This is also a Rockpool publication. Now, I picked up also her book, which I have yet to read, which talks about dreams and interpreting dreams and things like that. Now, this deck is pretty unique. I do have a walkthrough film. I don't know if it's live on my channel yet, but it talks about like actual like the meanings of dreams or the topic of dreams. So this is like an oracle deck that's supposed to help you interpret like the dream that you had. So it has like different topics. You're supposed to choose the topic. There's like different questions you can answer. And then you're supposed to use like the oracle to like ask specific questions. And that's this. So this is the back of the oracle. And then it has like different cards for that. Now I have yet to use this deck, honestly, mainly because I wanted to read her book first and really take the time to learn this a bit in terms of dream interpretation. And as I said in like my tarot video, I have a dream tarot, but I have yet to start using that. So I was thinking maybe I would use these together, but I need to study that other deck first. So yes. So for now, I haven't used this. I am excited because it's an interesting concept of how they separate it, and the way they talk about it in the guidebook is pretty interesting as well. But I have yet to actually deep dive this. So I'm going to wait for that until I start doing some dream work and dream readings, because I have yet to do that. But based on the imagery and based on like the things that I saw in terms of the guidebook, seems like a great deck. So if you already do dream readings and dream work, it's something that maybe you'd be interested in checking out. But right now I haven't used it yet. So yeah. Then we have the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. So this is by Lorraine Anderson, and Juliet Diaz. The illustrator is by is by Giada Rose. This is another Rockpool publication. So I've just done like 3 Rockpool publications in a row, and I love this series. Absolutely love this. Now I only use this in December. It's a seasonal deck for me. These decks will all be seasonal, so I'm hoping that the next one, which is Beltane, since it's more like springy, I'll probably use those that one like a few extra months. But I did use this December. I used this a bit in January, just a bit, not too much. And I absolutely love this deck. It has great messages. I did use this for daily pulls for myself, and I absolutely loved it. Very Yule themed. This one does have more diversity, which was a huge issue with the first one, and very odd because the authors are people of color. So that was a little strange when I got it, but they corrected their mistake. I'm happy that they did that. They even apologized in the guidebook for this particular deck. which I believe I mentioned in my unboxing of this. So you can definitely check that out. It'll be linked down below. So yeah, I love this series. I'm super excited for Beltane, as I stated. I'm curious to see what will be after Beltane. I don't know. Let me know your predictions actually in the comments, what you think they would do next. I'm gonna say either Mabon or Mabon, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, or Imbolc, depending on like when they come out with a new one, because Beltane was moved from March to April. So I don't know, Mabon's pretty cutting it close, I think, because that's in September. I'm gonna say Imbolc. Since Samhain and Yule are already out, so they can't really do that. They have time to put out one for February for Bridget's Day, which is also known as Imbolc. So I'm gonna say Imbolc. That's my prediction. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right. Then we come into October. Yes, I bought the Halloween Oracle, obviously for Halloween. I have an unboxing for this on my channel. I actually did the unboxing during my spooky month. It came out almost closer to Halloween, so I did all my other darker decks that I consider darker earlier, and this came out towards actually Halloween. I absolutely love this deck so much. I paired this with my Nightmare Before Christmas. Guys, this pairs perfectly with the Nightmare Before Christmas. The black borders here and the black borders there match great. And the energy of this deck with that deck is just fantastic. And I absolutely love the Nightmare Before Christmas. I use that like 3 months in a row with in October, November, and December. So in October, I paired it with this. December, I paired it with Seasons of the Witch Yule. And this just works perfectly with that deck. And the readings that I got were so fantastic. The keywords, the phrases are great. I absolutely love them. I did say in my unboxing that I wish they had like an actual autumn, because they have like one that says winter. I don't know if I passed it, but where it's maybe further in the deck. It says winter. And I wanted something that was autumn, where it said autumn. This is obviously autumn themed card, but it has to do with joy. Like, I want an actual autumn card. That's the only thing. I also wish that there was more cards. There's only 36. I would love more of this. I love the fact that it's matte. So this is the newer version of the Blue Angel. I know that the older version was glossy. No thank you. I'm so happy that they redid it in like the matte version. It just looks so much better. But yes, I absolutely love this deck. Fantastic. Oh, I can't even say, look at this owl card. Like, this is so beautiful. I can't say anything else about it other than I absolutely love it, because I do. I absolutely love it. Oh, I forgot to say who this is by. This is by also Stacey DeMarco. And this is a Blue Angel publication, just to let you know. Look at this trick or treat. I got this card quite a lot during like October. But yes, it's fantastic. The backs are great. Look at the backs. They're so cute. And the box has them, but they're like glossy against a matte. It's so fun. So fun. But yes, I highly recommend this. Definitely check this one out. It's fantastic. Then we have the Hedgewitch Botanical Oracle. This is by Silo Thompson or CeeLo Thompson. I'm not sure. This is a Llewellyn publication. This is a 36 card, I believe, Oracle deck that's based on like flowers, herbs, and all that good stuff. I actually just started working with this month. So previously I hadn't been working with it. I have an unboxing already filmed, not live on my channel yet. It is coming though. And so far, I really like it. I have to say, I've been using it as daily polls and using it as my weekly word. So I follow someone on Vero. Oh, if you're not following me on Vero, you should definitely give me a follow. Link in the description. Also, if you don't have an account on Vero yet, you should definitely check it out. So much better than Instagram, I have to say. Anyway, I've been doing this thing where I pick a card and the keyword on there is my word for the week. I follow someone on Vero that is doing that, and I was like, oh my gosh, such a great idea. Let me do this for myself. So I've been doing that, and that's what I've been using. But it's so nice, so simple. It pairs so well with everything. Currently, I'm pairing this with the White Newman Tarot and Little Prince, Tarot of the Little Prince, which I love. And it's just great. If you have the Lion Strider Tarot, then it's pretty much that. Just like white space with like watercolor in the actual item on the card. I do want to pick up their animal deck because, oh, that's so beautiful as well. That one has way more cards. I wish they would expand this because I think it would be great. So yes, it tells you like what it is, scientific name, and then the keyword. The guidebook is fantastic. Ooh, we have some cards upside down. What happened here? I don't know. We have the guidebook is also fantastic. So yes, love this mushroom. Connection and defend. Oh, that's the card on the box. I just realized. So yes, I do really, really love this. And the backs are so beautiful. But again, I haven't used it that much. I've only started using it, but from the readings that I have used it in, great connection to it. I find that I resonate a lot with what it's telling me. I haven't used it with other people, and I probably won't. I think I'm going to keep this for myself, but so far I've been really enjoying it. And I definitely want to check out more from this particular creator because they have some great decks. Then we have the Self-Care Wisdom cards by Sherilyn Richardson, and the artwork is by Joe Podmore. This is a Hay House publication. I bought this. I found out about this. It had already released. I didn't even know about this before it was on pre-order or whatever. I found it randomly on Amazon Canada. And wow, I have to say, this is great. Apparently, this is indie deck turned mass market. I think. I don't even know. And look at this. So there's no guidebook. There's 52 cards. The messages are on the back, which I don't mind whatsoever. There's a keyword on the front. And they're so beautiful. Like, I love the images. I fell in love with the images, and that's why I ordered it, because it's so beautiful. Like, honestly. And the messages on the back are so great. Like, this one is what needs. It's literally a clock, like a pocket watch. And it says, do you need more time to yourself? A break from thinking too much? A kind encounter with a friend? Your needs matter, and it's time to honor them. How beautiful is that? Like, honestly, when I read through all the cards and just sat with them, I was like, wow. So this is like my self-care deck, and I love it so much. Sometimes I need a deck like that where it's just a hug. Even though some of these things are like this one is like talking about choosing your words carefully. Just interesting. And I don't know, I just really love them. Truth, Sovereign. I love this card. Move. So beautiful. Honestly, I really love this deck. It's fantastic. Highly recommend. Happiness. Happy, not happy. Yeah, I don't have a walkthrough of this yet on my channel. If you want one, you can definitely... this one was fantastic. How everyone is walking one way and this person's walking this way. So great. Yeah, so if you want to walk through it, let me know in the comments. And I will definitely do that and post it. But yes, it's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. They're not numbered, so I don't know what order they came in. I think they were alphabetical order, actually, when I got them. I don't know. But yes. So yeah, no guidebook, just the messages on the back and the imagery on the front, which honestly is fine with me because this is a very like one card pull daily type of deck, or when you need it type of deck, which is fine with me. Like you don't really need a guidebook in terms of that. You can really just look at the imagery and look at the keyword and just know what it's trying to say to you. And then if you really need to look at the back, then you can look at the back. That's how I take it anyway. Then we have the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards. This is by Yasmin Bolland, and it is the artwork is by Lori Mena. This is a Hay House publication. Now, I went to the bookstore that was near my house. I wasn't sure that I was going to get this because I didn't pre-order it or anything like that. But I walked into the bookstore and it was right there on the shelf, on the new release shelf. And I was like, I think it's a sign. I think I need to get it. So I picked it up. And honestly, I do have a walkthrough of this on my channel. I actually did a double unboxing. Well, an unboxing with this and then a flip through of the original Moonology. And then I did like a small comparison between the two. And honestly, I love this deck so much. The imagery I relate to way more than the original Moonology. I find the sentences to be a lot more up my alley, I guess, in terms of that. And of course, it's about manifestations and things like that, which I don't mind and I do love. There's also first quarter cards, last quarter cards now in this particular deck. So this deck only covers new moon, first quarter, new moon, last quarter, full moon. Or is it new moon, first quarter, full moon, last quarter? Anyway, I don't know. I never remember properly, but you get my point. You understand. You understand what I'm trying to say. So it only covers those and in all 12 signs. Which is definitely different from the original because the original has some extra cards in it and it only covers new moon and full moon in all the signs. So I definitely love this very much. I love pulling the card when it's in that specific sign for that specific moon and just reflecting on like the phrase and then the information in the guidebook. I think that's how really I'm going to be using this deck because that's what I like doing with my particular moon decks. Though I do use the Queen of the Moon for actual reading sometimes, but I prefer to just pull the card that's for that moon and just work with that specific card. Because sometimes, you know, even if you've used that specific card before in a previous moon, I feel like the energy sometimes is different, or there's different things that you might pick up on, or different ways that you can view that card now compared to before. So that's definitely how I'm going to be using this particular deck and how I definitely use it already. And I do love this one a little bit more than the Moonology, original Moonology, in my personal opinion. Like, of course, the Moonology, the original one, is like the OG of Moonology decks, but I don't know, the vibe of this one, I just love it more. Then we have the 3 decks that I bought for my birthday. So one of them being the Mystical Shaman Oracle card deck. This is an Alberto Velodo, Colette Baron-Reed. There's a Marcela Lobos in this one. And they also did the Mystical Shaman Dream Oracle. Well, the first 2 people anyway. I don't think I saw Marcela's name on the Dream one. And of course the artwork is again by Jenna Della Grattaglia. And I've had this deck on my wish list for literally since before this deck was supposed to even come out. Like, it was on like pre-order status in my wish list. And I never pulled the trigger because this deck is like over $50 in Canada because it's a gift box set. So it comes with like a big guidebook and everything. And finally, it was a bit less than usual. So it was a bit on special. Or the price had decreased a bit. So I was like, you know what? It's my birthday. I'm not buying an indie deck this year. Let me just treat myself to this deck because it's been on my wish list for so long. And that's what I did. And I absolutely love this deck so much. The artwork is what really attracted me to this deck. Artwork is what always attracts me to a deck. I have to be in love with the artwork to want the deck in my collection. If I don't like the artwork, it's a no. It's a no from me. And I just love this. Like, look at this water card. It's so beautiful. Oh my god, I don't know. Coyote. The messages are really interesting, I have to say. I used it a bit, but not too much, because my birthday was like, what, 2 months ago? And I used it a bit last month. And the messages are definitely interesting. I had a lot of needing to make change or open up to change kind of messages, which is pretty typical, honestly, for me. But yeah, I just love this. I do have an unboxing of this on my channel. It's definitely beautiful. Honestly, this deck pairs nicely with the animal one that Colette has because it has similar vibes, in my opinion. So, yes. Oh yeah, I also got this card a few times as well. So I definitely love it. It is a matte cardstock, but like they're older matte cardstock, so it's like thick to shuffle, which is the only thing I don't like. Because Hay House, their matte cardstock is thick, and their newer cardstock I like better. It's thinner, but it's easier to shuffle in my opinion. But yes, I do love this deck very much. I'm super happy that I brought it into my collection. I do want to work with it a little bit more. Still trying to find... Well, I could pair it with the Good Tarot, and I haven't used the Good Tarot in a while, so maybe I should do that. Yeah, maybe I'll do that in the coming months. Pair that with the Good Tarot and just do a few more readings and get used to like the type of messages that it has for me. The second deck that I got for my birthday was the Starcodes Astro Oracle. This is by Heather Rowan Robbins and Lucas Lua de Souza. This is another Hay House publication. I love this deck so much, but it smells so bad. The manufacturing smell on this thing is so strong. Sometimes it gives me a headache. So I really need to air out this deck. As soon as it becomes spring where I live, I need to air out this deck. I had the same issue with my Crow Tarot. And as soon as I aired it out for like a few weeks, it was fine. So I just really need to do that. But I can't do that with closed windows because then my room will start to smell like this. And I don't want that. I love this card though. The artwork is amazing. The artist that did the artwork is actually a tattooist. Like, amazing. Like, who wouldn't want a tattoo like this on their body? Like, that's so sick, honestly. I love it. But yes, I do have a walkthrough of this on my channel. I like to use this deck for like astro readings, astrology readings and things like that. You can definitely use this also to look at your birth chart and stuff like that, in my opinion, because it has like enough information to do that. Like, it has enough cards, I mean, to do that, to look through your entire birth chart. There's even like a retrograde card, which is fantastic. Leo. We have the Ascendant card, conjunction, 10th house. Like, it's great. It's great. I love it. The keywords are also pretty fun. Midheaven, North Node, and oh, there was two. Uranus and Dignified. So yes, I love this deck very much. And the information in the guidebook is great. I love it. I have used this a bit since I got it, mainly for astrology type readings. Or like using it for like transits and stuff. If you've seen that on my Instagram, which is also always linked in the description box, by the way. Yeah, I have used it for like transit readings as well. But yes, the smell, I just really need to air this deck out because the manufacturing smell is so strong. So strong. But once I do, I'm sure it'll be fine because I did that with my Crow Tarot and it went away. My Crow Tarot doesn't have a smell anymore. So yeah, sometimes the chemicals they use to like do the printing is really bad. Really bad. But other than that, I have no complaints. I do love this deck very, very much, other than that particular issue. So the last deck that I got for my birthday, and the second to last deck that I got throughout the entire year, was the Spellcasting Oracle cards. Now, this is by Flavia Kate Peters, Barbara Micklejohn Furry, and the artwork is by Lisbeth Cheever Gesseman, I believe is the surname. Hard to see from here. This is another Hay House publication. I do have a lot of Hay House Oracle decks, honestly. I have to say, I have a lot of Oracle decks from Hay House. So I do have an unboxing of this on my channel. And I do love this deck specifically, though, for Oracle reading. So I have used it to give readings to other people. I haven't used it on myself yet, but to give readings for other people, I have used it. And I love the Oracle messages that it gives. Now, the other part of this deck is the spellcasting part. So each card has a spell associated with it. Now, that I have not done. I don't do spell work yet in my practice, or if I will ever do spell, like, I don't know. I don't know if that doesn't really interest me right now. It might in the future, but like, I don't know. And the artwork is beautiful. I love it. Like, look at this Psychic Abilities card. Love that. It's fantastic, honestly. But if you're someone who does spell work and is interested in having actual spells associated with a card or using their cards in spells, I think this deck is definitely an interesting one for that particular topic, because you can like pick specifically which card you want to use and then focus on the spell that's in the guidebook, which is great. You don't just have to like pull a card and be like, ooh, shuffle it and be like, oh, okay, I got Reconciliation. What's the spell for this? And let's do this. You know what I mean? So you can actually read through the guidebook and see if there's a spell that you're looking to do. And if so, you can take out that card to focus on that card's energy during your spell casting, which I find that really great and honestly fantastic, in my opinion, if you're the type of person that uses spell work in their practices or their path, for example. Practice or path. So yes, I do love this, but strictly right now I use it specifically for Oracle messages rather than the spell side of things. The last deck of the year. Thank you for sticking with me until now. If you haven't, that's fine, whatever. But thank you if you have. Now this is the last deck that I got myself in 2021 in terms of Oracle. So that's the Amenti Oracle. This is by, who is this by? Featherheart Deck and Guidebook. It's by something Sodini. The artwork is by Natalie Miller. Damn, why don't they ever put people's names on boxes? Here, Jennifer Sodini. Really, people need to do that. Like, it's so annoying. You're like struggling to find who the author is. So yes, Jennifer Sodini, author, Natalie Miller, illustrator. This is an RP Studio publication. So if you don't know which publication that is, they did the Crystal Grid, Mystic Monday's Crystal Grid Oracle, which I showed earlier in the video. So I bought this for Christmas, for myself for Christmas. I had gone to the bookstore and I'd gone downtown to the actual English bookstore downtown, because the bookstore near me is not English, it's French. But they do have a small English New Age section. And I picked this up. This had been on my wish list for quite a while. And they had a little bit of stock, and I was like, oh, you know what, I'm going to pick this up. And yeah, I love it. I do have an unboxing of this. It's not live on my channel yet. It's very interesting. And I'm thinking of like which decks I can pair it with, because it's a very particular type of deck. And I have one in mind that I don't own, but is on my wish list to buy. So if I get it, I might pair it with that, because it's definitely an interesting one. I love all the I statements that are on the cards. I think this would be a great deck for setting intentions. I haven't used it yet, so I haven't tried that. But I think based on just like looking through the cards and doing my unboxing and whatnot, I feel like this would be a great deck for setting intentions for the day, because they all have I statements. Like, I am kind, for example, and, you know, I do good. Like, they might be some very simple ones, but I still enjoy them nonetheless. Then we have I relate in peace, right? Peace, yeah. Sometimes the font trips me up. I am peaceful. And then I communicate with passion. So, you know, or compassion. Sorry, that was compassion. It is starting to get late and I am very tired. Yes. So I do like the I statements. I have yet to really read through the guidebook. This guidebook or the messages that are in there are based on like some Egyptian goddess. Oh, what's her name? Ma'at, I think is how you pronounce her name. I'm not really sure. It's based on like some teachings of this particular goddess, and so I have yet to read the guidebook in that respect to really dive deep into like looking at it, the card, for example, pulling a card and be like, I do the best I can. Now, this is an intention that I would want to set for the day, so I would put it like on my space that I consider my altar, I guess. And then I would think about this throughout the day on how I can do my best. But I also wanted to look at like the messages in the guidebook and think about like how they explain it from their point of view. So I was thinking of how I would use this deck is set an intention in the morning, and then when I come home, journal about it and look at the guidebook to see what it says in the guidebook, and then journal about how it was fulfilled or how I take or view what the author is stating, you know, or how I can relate it to my day, for example. But I have yet to do that yet. And yeah, hopefully I can get to do that soon. I do have other decks that I want to work with first, so it's okay if it's on the back burner a bit. It's like there's no rush in my opinion. The deck's not going anywhere. So yes, but I do like that. Though again, sometimes the font trips me up because I'm like, what is that? It's weird font. Sometimes my eyes are not having it. So I do thank you so much for watching. I know this was a long video. I do thank you so much for sticking with me. Let me know in the comments, do you have any of these decks? How do you work with them? Do you like them? If you don't have any of these decks, love to hear from you. What did you buy in 2021 in terms of Oracle? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you as well. Plus, I'm always looking to add on my wish list, so share with me in the comments. We'll have some good conversations. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video. And of course, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it's greatly appreciated. So thanks so much and have a great day.